actually started when I was a little girl. My daddy sung in a quartet group. They sung a cappella, and my daddy was the bass man. He acted like a bass guitar. My mom used to take us there to watch him and the group sing, and I just loved it so much. But over when I was real young, where we lived one street off from the What's Happening Street. They call it the What's Happening Street. Mm-hmm. They had a lot of juke joints on the street, and I would lay in bed at night and listen to the band, and I just began to even love it more and wanted to be a part. When I started high school, one day I stayed late after school and I heard the band practicing. Just hearing that music made me happy, and I just remember on that day running home and telling my parents, I want to be in the band. Get me an instrument. I wanted to play that saxophone. Yeah. At that time, they couldn't afford to, so I just went on and I forgot about it. Some years passed by and I got married and just happened to ask my husband to buy me a sax, and he thought I was crazy. He's like, what in the world are you going to do with a saxophone? He's like, you can't play. And I said, well, I know somebody that can teach me. And God taught me how to play it. Years ago, the church that I belonged to, you couldn't listen to jazz and all. And I listened to that stuff before I got saved. But when I got in the Pentecostal church, I didn't. So I just said within myself, if it took me leaving those things alone to have my soul right with God, so I just left it alone. And so I didn't listen to that stuff for years. Not too long ago, in the early 2000s, I said the Lord delivered me from all of that. And so I started listening to the radio, going into the music stores and looking at jazz, CDs, records and stuff. To me, just music was just always music to me. One time I was on a program and there were two men there that I knew. So I got up, I did a couple of solos, and when I was walking off, I heard one of them say, that was nothing but jazz she was playing. And the other guy said, that's all it was, And it kind of got to me, so I went home and I prayed and I said, well, Lord, I don't want to do anything or play anything that offends you or offends the church. I don't want to do anything that I'm not supposed to do. And so I'll never forget, about a week after that, a lady called me to do a funeral. Her daughter, 31 years old, died. And so her husband said, I want you to do Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. And her mother said, I want you to do When the Saints Go Marching In. They want to know if I can combine the songs. And I said, sure. What those guys said, I still had it on my mind. And I was like, oh my God. The way I play, the way I sound, I don't want to get in any trouble. And so I'll never forget that day. Place was packed full of people, a bunch of preachers in there. When I got up to play, I played Swing Low, Sweet Chariot first. I played that real slow when it's usually a live, and it was like, swing low, sweet chariot. It was so dead. To me, it was dead. Coming for to carry me home. And so I was then playing that, and I couldn't feel it the way I feel my songs. And so then when I got ready, I started up on the When the Saints Go Marching In. I started playing it the same way, and it was like, oh, when the saints go marching in. And it was so slow, and I was standing there playing. The place was packed full of people, and I wasn't feeling it. It looked like I was just getting sick in the inside because it wasn't really me. And all of a sudden I said, I can't stand this. I can't stand it. Because I'm thinking, I don't want to do anything wrong, but it's playing that I was doing myself wrong. It was making me sick in the inside because that wasn't really me. Yeah. So all of a sudden, I just snapped out of it, and I just said, Lord, I'm going to play this the way I feel it and the way you taught me how to play it. And as soon as I started playing it the way I love to play it, the whole church came alive. As soon as I went, bam, 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 ba-ba-da-dum, ba-doop, bop, bop. Everybody came alive. Church came alive. And I'll never forget when I finished playing that day with the Holy Spirit came upon me. The anointing of God came upon me as I was playing. And when I got through and the service was over with, folks came up to me and said, "You don't know how you blessed me through the song." And that made me feel even better that the Lord was saying, just go ahead and do it the way I say do it.